I see there's a special programme on tonight, folks. I think it's on about 9 o'clock on ITV. Brianna's mum, old Esther there. She's chatting about the horrific death that her daughter suffered and, all about her life and whatever else. And then, as part of that, she's still fighting the good fight and campaigning for more understanding in schools and less crap to go on social media and all those social media platforms, and hopefully total bans on phones in schools. She's pushing and pushing and pushing for it. I do hope ultimately she is successful. They've done it in Australia. We should do it over here. I agree with her fully. At the moment she's hitting bits of brick walls, but she's still trying. The adolescence film will obviously help her, no doubt. But she come up with a couple of facts. I mean, the show's on tonight. I've not obviously seen it. It's not aired. I will do. If it isn't tonight, I'll see it in the next 24 hours or so. I'm really keen on what the lady's got to say. I believe in her wholeheartedly, and I think she's coming from a good place, and I do care for our kiddies. But I heard a couple of things today that shocked me. Whilst being interviewed on one of the sofas today, she's saying, look, taking the phones off them, it does work. There's a school there in the Bronx, in the roughest part of that there America. They've took phones off them recently, she said, so all the way through class, from start of the day to end of day, no phones. She said, and crime in the school is down 15 or 20% already, and it's falling on a monthly basis. So it proves it works. And I thought, well, the proof's in the pudding. That tells you all you need to know. But I heard something later, because they were talking about the same subject, and now it's not from a guy that I've got any love for. I don't particularly like him, especially what he did to the country with his mates. Old Kwasi Kwarteng was saying, he said, I've heard, don't know if it's true, he said, but I've heard, I think he said approximately 50% of all children of the age of 13 and 14 have seen beheadings on the phone. They've actually seen beheadings, and you're thinking, to think my kiddies and grandkiddies could be seeing that, graphic violence like that, and you think, is it any wonder that it's turning some people to monsters that probably may not have been previously? And also, what's it doing to the minds of the vulnerable that are seeing that and can never not see it again? No wonder we've got people complaining about mental health, and mental health is like mushrooming now. With all this social media they're seeing and all this content that they're getting, it's just not a surprise at all. 50% of kiddies of that age seeing beheadings. It's just sick, isn't it? Really, really sick. Well, on the back of that, I thought to myself, I hope old Esther has some success there. I know she's got some other allies, but at the moment, these tech companies aren't listening as much as they should, and neither's the government. Let's hope all these things get passed through. My kids didn't have phones at schools. They were big and invented then, and even then there'd have been breaks. But if I had kiddies now and they were going to school, and they'd have no phones. I think with what I'm seeing on the TV and what I'm hearing, if my kiddies had phones now or wanted phones now, they genuinely probably wouldn't get them till 15 or 16, because I'm that kind of grandparent, really. If there's content out there that's going to harm them, I just don't want them to see it. Do the old, well, we never had phones and it didn't bother us. And it didn't, to be honest with you. We found other things to do. They could as well. They need to, I suppose, but somebody needs to make a stance and get us back to those days. They really do. Very harmful, the stuff out there now, folks. Very, very harmful. Anyway, I'll watch old Esther's prog tonight, as I say. It might be late tonight, it might be tomorrow, but I will watch it. And I do hope she's successful, I really do. As I say, I think she's coming from a good place, and I think she's got our kiddies' welfare at heart, and you can't knock that. You really can't. Right, I'll love you and leave you. That's it for the day, really, I think. I think I've managed to get them all in just before it turns dark.